Kualitlanesi, I hope all of you are having a great morning. We are going to continue working on our story map so that we're able to write a personal narrative. And just to give you a refresher, a narrative is a short story about your life. It can be about yourself, it can be about your family, or things that have happened in the past, or maybe just imaginary things that you envision for the future. So I'm going to go ahead and share my story map that I filled out, which was yesterday's assignment, just to give you an idea as to how we're going to use this story map, also known as a graphic organizer, to create our paragraph of our personal narrative. So my story is going to be based on when I first adopted Quetzali. I had Abuelitzli for a year prior to adopting Quetzali, so my setting is going to be my apartment and the animal shelter. Characters, I have Abuelitzli, me, and Quetzali. And then I really like how this graphic organizer or this story map really helps us nail down our ideas in sections. So for instance, we have here the beginning, the middle, and the end of the story. What I chose to do is write at least one sentence, just so that when I was able to write my paragraph, I would be able to take information from that one sentence that was the most important to later add on to the details of that paragraph. And I'll review that with you in a bit. But at the beginning of my story, I have Abuelitzli was feeling lonely and wanted a little furry friend. So here's Abuelitzli looking outside of my room window, saying meow, like just really sad. And he was really like sad and just really wanted to play. He was exiting his kitten phase and really wanted to have another little furry friend. So the middle of my story was I decided to save some money to be able to adopt another cat. So here's my cochinito in Spanish, also known as my little piggy bank, and me depositing some coins and dollars so that I'd be able to save enough money to get a cat. And then at the end of the story, one sunny day, I went to the animal shelter and found Quetzali. So this is little Quetzali, and then my eyes are in hearts because I instantly fell in love with little Quetzali when I saw him at the shelter. And so this graphic organizer will help me to then share with you my personal narrative. So for your personal narrative, I want you to go ahead and write your name on the top side, which is going to be your left-hand side. And then we're going to title it, okay? Because we want to make sure that your personal narrative is very specific to the story that you're telling, okay? So my title is My Furry Kids, because that's what I refer to my cats as. And actually, as I'm speaking to you about my cats, I have Quetzali here. I'll show you really quick. Trying to get a little spider. So there you go. But here we'll go ahead and read the narrative, which I would like for you to write 3 to 4 sentences. If you write more, then that's great. But if not, I would like for at least 3 to 4 sentences. So mine says, one day Awi was home and felt lonely. He wanted a furry little friend. I felt sad for him, so I saved money to get another cat. One sunny day, I went to the animal shelter and found Quetzali. Awi and Quetzali became great friends and sleep together every night. Okay, so I have boxed in my setting because I incorporated that. Because as you can see here in my story map, in my sentences, I didn't necessarily have the setting incorporated or added on to the sentences. but the setting is really important. So what I did was I added it to the first sentence, which was one day Aoi was home, okay, and felt lonely. So I took that first sentence from the beginning. Aoi was feeling lonely and wanted a little furry friend. And then I just added the setting, okay? He wanted a little furry friend. So what I decided to do to add on to my narrative was details. And this is something that we've been practicing all of last week, and you just took an assessment about it on Monday. But details are very important in writing personal narratives, or just writing in general, because it gives the reader more of an idea as to what you're referring to, because most of the time readers don't know all the details about your life or what you have in mind in terms of describing a story. So I added an emotional detail, which was because Aoi was feeling lonely, I felt sad for him. So that's why I decided to save money to get another cat. And this ties to the middle section of my story map, which was I saved some money to get another cat. Okay? And then I added another setting, which was one sunny day, because when I got Quetzali, it was the summertime, last summer, and it was very sunny, I remember. So one sunny day, I went to the animal shelter and found Quetzali. To finish out my personal narrative was that I added another detail. So I added that Aoi and Quetzali became friends, and then now, they sleep together every night. So that is my example of my personal narrative. I can't wait to read yours. If you have any questions, feel free to let me know. I am available through my phone number, my email. You can send me a text message, whatever works best for your parents. But I would like for you to use your story map that you worked on yesterday so that you can have this final product, okay? And also, if you can highlight or mark down or circle, what's your setting? Adding some details like I did. Also, something I didn't circle here was my characters. So I have Aoi, I have Quetzali as my characters. But just so that you can make sure that you use all the important information of your story map as a graphic organizer. So yeah, have fun. Thank you. Bye.